Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Can one kasher a glass vessel for Pesach? You have glass dishes, glass serving bowls, glass serving plates, and glass cups that you use during the year with chametz foods. Are they kasherable to be used on Pesach, or do you need to purchase new ones for the Pesach holiday? So many of us are aware that different materials have different laws regarding kashering. Such as we know metal is a kasherable material, while earthenware is not a kasherable material. And thus, if they absorbed chametz, why a metal vessel may be kashered, in many cases, an earthenware vessel can never be kashered. So the question is asked, what is the status of glass? And is it a kasherable material? So regarding this matter, we find a major debate amongst the Rishonim and Poskim. Some Rishonim and Poskim rule that glass is very different than every other material we know of in the kashering industry. And that is, glass does not require kashering at all. Not only may it be used from chametz to matzah, from the year to Pesach, but it doesn't even need kashering for that to be done, and you simply clean it, use soap and water, no hagala, no libun, no heat involved. And the reason that this approach rules this way is because they hold that glass is such a smooth and solid material that it absorbs nothing from hot food that cooks in it or from food that soaks in it, and therefore there's no reason for it to be kashered in a way that is past just simply washing it clean and getting rid of any chametz that's stuck to the vessel. So rules the Rashba, Ravaya, the Ran, and so is the final ruling of the Mechaber in the Shulchanaruch, chapter 451, halacha 26. And so is the custom amongst many Sfaradim to freely use glass utensils for milchiks, for fleishiks, for Pesach, for chametz, from kosher to non-kosher, from non-kosher to kosher, with simply washing it in between. However, other poskim rule, no. Not only is glass an absorbable material, an absorbent material, that receives and absorbs the taste of foods cooked in it, and therefore must be kashered, but furthermore, it's just like earthenware and cannot be kasher. So rules the Mordechai, the Smag, the Iger, in the name of Bichil Miparish, and so brings the Ramah in Shulchan Aruch 451 halacha 26 as a gloss on the ruling of the Mechaber. So we have here a major debate from one extreme to another. Some say it doesn't even need kashering, others say it needs kashering and cannot be kashered, so you can't use it. If it was chametz stick, you can't use it for Pesach, you have to get new ones, because it's not kasherable, just like earthenware. How do we rule? So the Ramah concludes in the Shulchan Aruch that the custom amongst Ashkenazi Jewry is not to kasher vessels for Pesach, and so concludes the Alter Rebbe in 451 halacha 73, and therefore the global Ashkenazi custom throughout the entire world is that glass vessels that are used for chametz during the year are put away and not used for the sake of Pesach. Rather, you buy new vessels for Pesach, whether it be glass cups or glass dishes, glass serving trays, and the like. This, however, of course, only applies towards glass vessels that one used even one time throughout the year for hot chametz, or that chametz soaked in it for 24 hours, which is not as uncommon as we think, as if we leave it inside the sink for the dishes to be clean, it can soak with the water for 24 hours and had chametz inside. Or if you're pouring pasta, you're pouring the boiling water into the sink and there was a glass vessel there, that glass vessel now absorbed chametz. Or with cups, as the Alter Rebbe writes, if there's a chance, then we suspect for this that a piece of chametz fell into the drink and it soaked in it for 24 hours, and therefore cups need to be kashered. As the Medrash will elaborate on another halacha. So in all these cases, since it's not kasherable, you need to get new ones. If, however, the glass you know for sure was never in contact with hot chametz and never had chametz soak in it, and there's no reason to suspect for this, then it can be used from chametz to Pesach with simply cleaning it in between. Now, there are certain leniencies attributed even for Ashkenazim in a case of b'di'evet that you didn't kasher, that you went ahead and you kasher the glass, or even didn't kasher the glass and went ahead and used it for Pesach foods. In certain cases, we are lenient to permit the food as discussed in the article. Likewise, some poskim rule that in a time of need, which is defined as that you have no vessels available to buy, there's a shortage of cups, plates, there's nothing to buy, your only choice is to kasher it. Something very unusual and uncommon in today's day and age. But nonetheless, if this happens, some poskim say in a time of need, you can kasher the glass vessel with hagala, or 3 times, 72 hours, mili ve'iri, filling it with water and emptying it every 24 hours. Some abuse this heter and do it even regularly. As we already explained, this is against halacha. The Ashkenazi custom is, following those Rishonim and poskim more machmir, that we do not kasher glass for Pesach in any way, and only in a time of need where there's nothing else available are we lenient. The halachas we just said apply likewise to all glass-coated vessels, whether the glass is on the outside or inside. If it is placed directly over a fire, if it is not, then if the glass is only on the outside and the inside is a kasherable material, then it can be kasher through hagala. We will conclude with a very interesting story that happened with the Alter Rebbe and is a tradition amongst Chassidim, and was related by the Tzemach Tzedek, that it was customary of the students of the great and holy Maggid to remain by him for the Pesach Seder. And so was followed by the Alter Rebbe in one of his early years by the Maggid. The arrangement with the students was that they had to provide the utensils for the meal, while the Maggid provided the wine and matzahs. In the younger days of the Alter Rebbe, he was very poor, and he could not afford to purchase a new Kiddush cup for the Seder. He was in a dilemma. He either had to go begging for money, or be lenient to kasher his glass Kiddush cup through mili ve'iri. And as we just learned, the Ramah says you're not allowed to. But as we said, some poskim say in a time of need you can be lenient. After a long inner debate, the Alter Rebbe concluded it's better to kasher the vessel and not throw himself onto the public. The night of the Seder arrives, and all the students are around the table with their cups held with wine to begin Kaddish. The Maggid lifts his cup to begin saying Kiddush, and he suddenly says, "I smell chametz." He instructed Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Vitebsk to go around the table and search where's the chametz smell coming from. Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Vitebsk circled the table 3 times and came up empty-handed. Couldn't find the chametz or the source of the smell. When the Maggid saw that the smell was not yet uncovered, he exclaimed, "What can I do? The Ramah is standing opposite me with a very angry expression and will not allow me to begin Kiddush." When the Alter Rebbe heard this, he immediately understood that he is the cause of this entire dilemma. He kashered his glass cup against the ruling of the Ramah. The Alter Rebbe confessed to the Maggid, explained to him the predicament that led him to doing this, and in return the Maggid got up and kissed the Alter Rebbe on his head, saying, "Your power is very great as you were able to bring the Ramah to come down below." The Maggid then told the Alter Rebbe that he will be able to drink the 4 cups of wine from his personal cup for the night of the Seder.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.